Welcome to Faces and Places across the United States. Today, Sandra is talking to Tyler. Welcome, Sandra.
Hello, and welcome to Faces and Places across the United States at our Facebook and American English at State. We are very happy to have our guest today. We have Tyler. Hi, Tyler.
Hey, Sandra. Thanks for having me this morning.
It is good to have you with us today. And today we're going to be talking about something really interesting and cool. So we're looking forward to that. We are delighted that you have joined us today. Before we begin, we want to ask our audience, where are they joining us from today? So please write it in the comments box. Tell us, where are you watching us from today? Taylor, thanks again for being here. To begin, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you today? Where are you from?
Sure. Thanks, Sandra. So I'm calling in from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So that's just about 20 miles from my hometown. So I am from this area. And you can see it's sort of in the north, sort of middle part of the United States near the Great Lakes region there.
Oh, yeah. I see that it's pretty high up north near the Great Lakes. So tell me a little bit about the weather. What is it like right now?
Well, today it's beautiful. It's really sunny, about 70 degrees. So I'm hoping later today to get outside and spend some time in that nice weather.
Very nice. Yeah, here in DC, we have a pretty warm day today with possibilities of thunderstorms later on. So it is hot and humid here. So hopefully you'll be able to get out there to enjoy the beautiful day. So on the next slide, we have some questions that were asked by our audience. And we wanted to kind of recognize some of these comments and questions that we have. We have asked them, what do you think Taylor is going to talk about today, and what do you know about Wisconsin? So we have Danielle Ahmed said, Wisconsin is a beautiful state, and they don't know the name of the capital city. So I'm going to be asking you that soon. We also have Danielle Montaño. It says Wisconsin is the dairy state, and that is why Packers fans use a cheese hat. And also Green Bay is located in Wisconsin. What do you think? You think Danielle is right?
Danielle's absolutely right. Yep, Green Bay is here. The Packer fans are there, and yeah, they wear cheese heads.
And Danielle is saying that he doesn't know what the capital of Wisconsin is. And we have one more comment. Karima Bursky said the series are really interesting to be used for the students, and would like to utilize one of the topics of hobbies. We're going to talk about a hobby today, and they like to use this series to ask students to guess what the answers might be from our guests. So let's start with the capital of Wisconsin. What is the capital of Wisconsin?
So Madison is the capital of Wisconsin.
Okay, now we have that answer. And I also heard a little bit about the dairy state, but I did some research and I believe that Wisconsin is called the Badger State. What is that about?
Yeah, we are called the Badger State. So you can see the badger there. So actually it goes back to the 1800s. There were a lot of miners who came here and they would dig holes into the side of the mine shafts or the tunnels as a place to stay. So that's really similar to the way that badgers burrow under the ground. So those guys became known as the Badger Boys or the Badgers, and the name has stuck since then.
Wow, that's really interesting. I had no idea, and I'd really never seen a badger. Have you seen one?
Only at a zoo. In the wild, they're nocturnal, so you don't see them much during the day, and they can be kind of fierce and aggressive animals. So I'm glad I haven't seen one in the wild.
So it's best to kind of be away from them. So that's a good thing you haven't seen one yet.
Yeah.
So we have some people joining us from all over the world. I'm going to mention a few of the countries that people are watching us from today. We have Isariani from Indonesia saying hello. We have Asmi Soma from Morocco. We have Jan Solano from El Salvador. We have Hadil from Syria. And we have people from many other countries. We have people from Ukraine. We have people from Indonesia, the Philippines, India, Vietnam, and Madagascar.
Wow,
So we have,
that's really exciting.
yeah, we have people from everywhere. So let's get started talking about one of your favorite hobbies. So I think you told me that one of the things that you like to do the most is hiking. So what do you mean by hiking? What is that?
Yeah, so to me, usually when I'm talking about hiking, I'm just talking about going for a walk, usually in the woods or, some kind of rural wilderness area. So Wisconsin has a lot of different trails that you can go hiking on. You can see a picture there with a really nice trail that's close to Oshkosh here. But we don't have to limit it to just that. We can also talk about going for a nice walk through a city or a town. We could call it urban hiking, maybe. Wisconsin is pretty flat, so the trails are pretty easy, but I've gone to places where the terrain gets more steep and that gets a bit more challenging. But I like all those different kinds of hiking.
I like what you said, urban hiking, because I live in Washington, D.C., and it's pretty urban here. And it is nice to be able to consider that, when I go for walks, as something as urban hiking. I like that.
Yeah, and you can see there an old piece of a railroad that has been added to a walkway over part of a river there in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, where I am. And one day this spring, I took like a 4-hour urban hike and went all over, I think maybe 10 miles that day, all over Oshkosh.
Very nice, good way to exercise. So,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I think I'm curious now to know, how did you get started with this? What made you think, oh, I like hiking and that's my favorite hobby?
Yeah, I guess like a lot of people with their hobbies, it started when I was young. So with my family, when I was a kid, we would often go to cabins on lakes or go camping and spend a lot of time outdoors. I also grew up hunting white-tailed deer with my dad and my uncles and cousins. So as part of that, we would wake up quite early in the morning, 3 or 4 in the morning, and get ready. And we would have to walk out into the woods to where we were going to hunt for the day. And I always loved that feeling of getting out into nature, especially when in the early morning when it's quiet and dark. Yeah, it's kind of a magical feeling.
Very nice. So that's how you got started. So it's like a family kind of tradition in Wisconsin?
Yeah, and you can see the picture there, me and my sister and my nephew. So trying to keep the tradition going by keeping everybody outdoors. And there we had walked to the top of a big tower at one of the state parks here, and there's a beautiful view up there.
Very nice. We have a comment from Marie saying hiking is fun as long as the trail is flat. I think I agree. Sometimes it's harder when it's like a little bit of a steep incline. And we have some more questions I will ask at the end, towards the end, but please write your questions on the comments box and we will try to answer them. So tell me a little bit about, why do you like hiking?
Well, so you mentioned one thing already, exercise. It's a great way to get out some fresh air and get some good exercise. And, you can see some beautiful landscapes. You can see a picture of Lake Michigan there. And it's a good thing to do if I want to have some alone time and get away, or it's also a good thing to do with family and friends. So for me, it serves a lot of purposes. And I always find that every hike, there's something unique or something interesting that I see.
Yeah.
So I was hiking on the Ice Age Trail here, and I came across this sword that was put down in these stones that reminded me, of King Arthur and the sword in the stone. And I thought, this is so interesting. Why is this out here? And then I thought, who was here before me? So this interesting connection with somebody else who had been in that space.
Yeah, so you can have a little bit of imagination and create your own story there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know that going for hikes is really interesting and nice. But there are some that you really remember forever. You know, some of those hikes you take and you're like, wow, this was amazing. I want to do it again. I love this place. So tell me a little bit about what were some of the most memorable hikes you have ever taken.
Sure. So I was really lucky a few years ago for a summer to work as a zipline guide. So I would take people on short hikes through these cedar trees that you can see there. And we would go up into the trees or on these towers and zip line through the trees. And it was wonderful because I got to hike pretty much every day with other people and show them this beautiful landscape. So I think about that place and those people pretty often.
Very nice. I think we have the next pictures that show a little bit of that that hike.
Yeah, so if you don't know what a zip line is, you wear a harness there and then you hook up to that line and then you can zip down through. So there I'm just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, those are really nice pictures and something fun. I'm sure you probably remember those hikes forever.
Yeah, the other hike there is actually in Tanzania in Mbeya region. And that one is quite memorable as I went with my friend Natalie, and we had about 30 or so students with us that we were doing an English camp with, and we hiked up to this waterfall, and it was really beautiful, and it was a pretty steep, strenuous hike. So yeah, that was a very memorable one.
And it looks beautiful, very peaceful there after a long hike. Um, so tell me a little bit of it. Let's say I want to get started, or some of our members of the audience want to get started in hiking. What do you think we should do? What's the first thing?
Yeah, well, I guess you got to think about where you live or what's around you and where you can go. So you might want to do some research, whether that's asking around, other local people or even online. You probably want to make a plan because safety is really important. You want to be somewhere where there's not animals that are going to get you or go onto some land where you're not supposed to be. So do a little research. Also think about the weather. In Wisconsin, we have, 4 seasons. So you might need sunscreen one time, or if you go in the winter, you need warm clothing. Comfortable shoes are important. You probably want some water, maybe a snack, depending on how long you're going to be out hiking. So planning it is really important.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be a good idea to research a little bit about the places you're going. And I think there are a few apps now available. You can research online or maybe ask people that you know before going into hikes. So tell me a little bit about your dream hike. What is the place that you think, oh my goodness, I have to make it there. It's so beautiful. I cannot wait until I go there.
Yeah, well, Wisconsin has like almost 70 state parks, I think, and some national forests. So there's a lot that I still want to go to. But way up north, the Apostle Islands, that they're on Lake Superior. In the winter, if it gets cold enough for long enough, the water will freeze, and there are some really beautiful caves there that you can go walk on the ice and walk into those caves. And I have never made it up there yet, and I would really like to do that in winter. That's a dream hike for me.
That looks so beautiful. It looks definitely amazing. You said 70 parks?
Yeah.
National parks?
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot to visit.
That's a lot of places to check off your list. How many have you visited so far? Do you know?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably only 20 or so. So I still have a lot to go.
Wow, that is true. Okay, so we have some questions from our audience. I think we answered a few of them already, like Danielle Pratt from Bali. Any recommendations on a good spot for a newbie to start? So if they were to come and visit, what's a good place to start for hiking?
If they were to come visit Wisconsin?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I would say Door County, Wisconsin. So that's Door. It's on Lake Michigan. It has several state parks, everything from very easy hiking to a bit more, a bit steeper, a bit more difficult. That would be a great place to start.
Very nice. So yeah, so Adan Ghani Khan also asked that like about specific places in Wisconsin to hike, and we mentioned all the national parks. We have Rash. What is the difference between liking something and what is your hobby? Like,
Oh,
what is the difference between liking something and being your hobby?
yeah, that's a good question. I would say for a hobby, it's something that I really try to do on a regular basis. Um, I do like it, but I even try to, like I mentioned, how many parks there are. So I sort of have this plan and I'm actively trying to do as many as I can. Or I guess, liking something is maybe a bit more casual. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of temporary, where a hobby is something you dedicate more time to.
Yeah, I
Um,
think.
yeah, we have Daniela asking, what are some dangers of hiking, either in the forest or an urban hike, and how do you avoid them?
Yeah, so in Wisconsin in the summer, we have a lot of insects. So there's a lot of mosquitoes. So you want to bring some bug spray. And in Wisconsin, that's no problem, really. They're just more annoying than anything. There are some other animals. So depending on where you are, if you have poisonous snakes or something, you want to really be careful, know about that, have a plan if something happens. Yeah, I would say if you're urban hiking, yeah, you want to be aware of where you're going, if there's traffic around, if you're near railroad tracks or anything like that, or other people. You don't want to maybe go onto private land somewhere where you're not supposed to be. So yeah, being aware of those things, planning is important.
Yeah, we have some people who are saying, like Marisol is saying, you could find bears, and also is saying Gizlanle Ihia Richner is saying, I think you need company for hiking and never going alone. So those are two of the things that people are saying. And we also have a question from Marta from Colombia. What happens when some people are at the same time in the same area hunting when you are hiking?
Oh, that's a good question. So there are laws here in Wisconsin. When you go hunting, you have to wear a bright orange clothing. So actually, other people can see you really well in the woods. Yep, and there are only certain seasons and certain times that you can go hunting. So you know when you're out there that there are going to be other people out there. And so there are safety courses that you have to go through. And I did that when I was young. You have to do that before you can go hunting.
That's great. I have a few more comments I'm going to read, and now our time is running out soon. So we have Pixie Uki is saying, what amazing pictures you have shared. It's beautiful. And we also have Mary, whose birthday was yesterday, saying it would be nice if Tyler could organize a Wisconsin hiking tour. So there you go. If you're looking for another job, you can be a hiking tour guide. And the last question I have before we go, do you remember a time when you faced a challenging or fearful experience that you could share with us?
Yeah, I would say that hike that I shared in Tanzania up to the waterfall, as I mentioned, it was pretty steep and very rocky. So it wasn't an easy hike. There was a little bit of danger there. You didn't want to slip and fall. So, I made sure I was concentrating, and we were in a group, as somebody mentioned. So we had a plan for if anybody had an issue, what we were going to do.
Very nice. I know it seems like it went by so fast, but our time is up. And we want to invite everybody to continue the conversation with us, asking us questions in the comment box. We'll try to get to them. But I want to thank you so much, Tyler, for sharing your stories with us today. I think I'm very, very prepared for hiking now. I might try that this weekend. And we also like to thank our audience for such an amazing engagement today and participation. We hope you can continue to share your ideas, and don't forget to check out our resources at the AmericanEnglish.state.gov and on our Facebook pages and YouTube channels. And thanks again, Tyler. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Sandra. It was a pleasure talking about hiking, and happy birthday to Mary.
Yeah, I know. Mary had a birthday, so thank you for joining us. And we hope to see you again in our next session of Faces and Places across the United States. We encourage you to continue to engage with our community virtually like you did today. And bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye.